Саня, пошел! Пошел, Саня!
Tula paratroopers and drone strikes intensify Russian offensives on the Kursk front. The Russian armed forces have launched renewed offensives on the Kursk front, led by the elite Tula 106th Airborne Division and supported by coordinated drone strikes. The Russian troops, including the Tula paratroopers, are actively advancing to reclaim positions, pressing forward with the goal of knocking Ukrainian forces out of the region. Tula paratroopers on the offensive. In a determined push to clear the area, soldiers from the Tula 106th Airborne Division have initiated offensive maneuvers to dislodge Ukrainian forces from contested zones in the Kursk region. Known for their agility and resilience, the Tula Division has been actively driving back Ukrainian troops and reclaiming Russian-held territory. This offensive is part of a broader campaign in which Russian airborne units are being deployed strategically to maximize territorial gains and maintain pressure on Ukrainian forces along the border. The Tula 106th Airborne Division's offensive is seen as a critical move in securing the Kursk front, as these forces are equipped to operate effectively in dynamic combat conditions. Supported by artillery and aerial reconnaissance, the division soldiers are engaging in close-quarter combat, clearing defensive positions, and actively disrupting Ukrainian military infrastructure. Their efforts align with Russia's objective to strengthen control in the Kursk region, especially as the conflict sees an increase in the deployment of specialized forces. Destruction of Ukrainian armored vehicle by kamikaze drone. In another sector of the Kursk front near the village of Kremyannoy, a Ukrainian armored vehicle was destroyed in a drone strike conducted by Russian forces. Surveillance footage captured by a Russian drone revealed the Ukrainian vehicle advancing toward a strategic point, likely to reposition troops or provide support. However, the movement was detected by Russian aerial surveillance, which immediately deployed a kamikaze drone to intercept. The footage shows the kamikaze drone swiftly approaching the armored vehicle, resulting in a direct hit. Upon impact, the vehicle exploded, catching fire and eventually being completely destroyed. This strategic drone strike exemplifies Russia's increasing use of kamikaze drones to neutralize enemy assets, taking advantage of the real-time reconnaissance capabilities provided by surveillance drones. Russian forces deploy experimental ground-based MOL kamikaze drone in combat. In a series of experimental operations, Russian forces have introduced a new ground-based kamikaze drone, known as the MOL, equipped with TM-62M anti-tank mines and capable of targeting enemy positions with precision. This unique robotic system represents a shift in the deployment of unmanned technologies on the ground, as it is designed to independently navigate toward Ukrainian defenses, guided by radio communications and real-time aerial surveillance. The MOL kamikaze drone, design and capabilities. The MOL kamikaze drone stands out among modern combat technologies as a ground-based robotic vehicle rather than an aerial drone. The vehicle is heavily loaded with TM-62M anti-tank mines, which are powerful explosive devices designed to destroy or disable armored vehicles. These mines have traditionally been used as stationary landmines, but in the hands of the MOL, they transform into mobile, targeted weapons capable of direct strikes on enemy fortifications and armored units. Controlled via radio communication, the MOL relies on guidance from overhead drones that survey the battlefield, providing real-time reconnaissance to help steer it toward enemy positions. This combination of ground mobility and aerial guidance creates a new type of attack platform. Rather than simply following a programmed route, the mole can adjust its path based on current battlefield conditions, adding flexibility to Russian forces' tactical options. How the mole operates in the field. The mole kamikaze drone follows a carefully coordinated operational strategy. Launched from a distance, the drone begins its journey to the front lines, controlled and monitored via radio signals transmitted by operators. It progresses across various terrains, moving undetected until it nears enemy positions. At this point, aerial drones join the operation, providing a top-down view of the battlefield and relaying information back to the operators. This real-time data allows the operators to guide the mole toward the most advantageous targets, ensuring that the impact is maximized upon detonation. Once it reaches its target, the mole delivers a powerful blow, detonating the TM-62M mines it carries. These explosions are strong enough to destroy entrenched enemy positions, including bunkers and other fortifications. The sheer power of the TM-62M anti-tank mines makes the mole particularly effective against both stationary and lightly fortified targets, adding a strategic layer to Russia's ground-based assault capabilities. Impacts on the battlefield and tactical advantages. The experimental use of the mole demonstrates a significant advancement in ground-based warfare technology, especially in the context of unmanned systems. Unlike aerial kamikaze drones, the mole operates at ground level, allowing it to strike with minimal notice from enemy defenses. This approach reduces the risk of detection by radar systems typically used to spot aerial threats, giving Russian forces an advantage when engaging well-protected positions. The integration of radio control and aerial surveillance in guiding the mole increases the accuracy of its strikes. This control method also allows the operators to dynamically respond to changes in the battlefield, adjusting the mole's course in real time. Such flexibility has proven critical in modern conflicts, where fluid and unpredictable battle conditions demand adaptable strategies. The mole is designed to move undetected, rely on real-time aerial guidance, and unleash devastating explosive payloads on enemy defenses. Future of ground-based drones in combat. The introduction of the mole suggests a new direction in military technology, where unmanned ground systems may increasingly supplement or even replace some traditional ground assault methods. Ground-based kamikaze drones like the mole provide a valuable asset in conditions where infantry movement is risky or when armored support cannot advance without significant exposure to enemy fire. The experimental success of the mole could lead to more widespread adoption of ground-based unmanned systems in the Russian arsenal. As the technology matures, modifications could enhance its navigation, control, and payload capabilities, making it adaptable to various combat situations. Moreover, this technology could inspire similar innovations across other military forces, as ground-based robotic warfare develops in response to the challenges posed by urban and trench warfare environments.